Greetings and salutations, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the topic of why you shouldn't run every single day with a mindset of no pain, no gain. And this is a mistake that a lot of runners make, especially new runners, and some runners who have been running for a couple of months or even years. And it is a mistake that I've personally made when I first got into running a couple of years ago as well. And it is a very common mistake, especially for people who don't have a coach and make training plans themselves, or just have people who don't really have a structured training plan. They just get out the door every day and run for fitness, or even some people who just want to get faster. There are people who make this mistake among those group of people. Now, what do I exactly mean by you shouldn't be running with the mindset of go hard or go home, or no pain, no gain every single time you run? What I mean by that is there are actually two common mistakes that people make. And the first mistake people commonly make is that, let's just say, it's just an example, but you want to break 20 minutes in the 5K, and this is a common goal for a lot of runners out there, and it's like a benchmark of whether you are a fast runner or not. Now, this is all relative, but this is just an example that I'm talking about. And in order to run a sub 20 minute 5K, it requires a pace of at around 4 minutes a kilometer or less. So a lot of you guys might be thinking that if you want to run a sub 20 minute 5K, then you obviously need to get your body to be accustomed to running at your goal race pace, which is 4 minutes a kilometer or less. And now this is obviously true. You really need to be comfortable running at your goal race pace by the end of a training block, and this is completely valid. There are no two ways about it. You really need to be training under your goal race pace, or at goal race pace at least, in order for you to be comfortably hitting those splits when you actually get into a race situation. However, that doesn't always mean that you should be training at your goal race pace every single time you get out the door. Now, what happens if you do make this mistake, is that you are eventually going to burn out. What this actually entails is that you are gonna run into a lot of problems, because your body's literally going to burn out, because running at goal race pace every single day you run means that you're challenging your body to the limits, to the limits. You can't. If your goal race pace is 4 minutes a kilometer for 5 consecutive kilometers, then it probably means that you can't run any faster than that. That is pushing yourself to the hardest, to the limits. And if you keep doing that every single time you get out the door, then you will burn out and you won't be able to train for a long period of time. And if you keep doing that, if you don't listen to your body and keep doing that for an extended period of time, you're gonna get injured, you are going to burn out, you're not going to be able to run, you are going to cramp, have muscle pains, all sorts of pains that is going to prevent you from running in the long term. Now, like I said, this is a mistake that I've personally made back when I was in high school, and there was this one race that I wanted to win really bad, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to train harder than everyone for this race. I'm going to put in the miles, I'm going to put in the work, I'm going to run hard, I'm going to run as fast as I can for every single run that I do, and I'm going to run twice a day, and I'm going to increase my mileage like crazy. And I thought that was going to do the trick, and I thought I was going to win the race. I thought my training was going to be immaculate, and that was the plan. But the plan didn't work, and I found out that this was the wrong way to train, in a hard way, because one day I was running and I felt something in my hamstring. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with my hamstring? Why am I feeling more and more fatigued every single day that I run? I was just feeling more and more fatigued. I wasn't feeling like I was getting better doing my sessions, doing my runs. And I was like, what is going on? and I found out later that I was basically overtraining. That is the word that I'm looking for, overtraining. I was just, my body was like, enough is enough, and I'm not going to be able to handle this anymore, so stop training. But I didn't listen, and something was wrong with my hamstring. I knew that, but I just kept training. As much as I sound like an idiot, I kept training, and I got to the point where I just couldn't stop training because my legs hurt so much, and what happened eventually was that I actually pulled my hamstring. And I got to that point and I realized that, oh crap, I trained too hard. This is not how I'm supposed to be training. I'm supposed to be training hard, but smart. Now, I've actually just mentioned about the second mistake that a lot of runners make, which is actually running too far every single time you run. And a lot of people might think that, oh, if you run more than your race distance, and if you run more than the day that you ran before, then isn't that going to improve your endurance, and as a result, aren't you going to be faster? And this is true to an extent, but however, you shouldn't be running to your limits and as far as you can possibly run every single run. And this is going to equally burn yourself out as running as fast as you can run every single day. And you should know your limits. And if you don't listen to your body and you just keep going, without respecting what your body has to say, then you are not going to be able to train for an extended period of time, thus not being able to race at an optimal fitness level. So as cliche or as obvious as this might sound, this is actually a mistake, or two mistakes that a lot of runners make without even knowing that they're making a mistake. So to summarize, number one, you shouldn't be running as hard as you possibly can for every single session or every single run that you run at your race pace. And number two, you shouldn't be running as far as you possibly can, because this is going to have an equally detrimental effect to your training, and therefore you're not going to be able to race as fast as you potentially can. You're not going to be able to race at your fullest potential. So for example, if you're running a 28-minute 5K right now, you shouldn't be looking for a plan that is intended for people who want to run a sub 18-minute 5K, and because you need to work your way down by getting to, for example, 25 minutes first, and then 23 minutes, and then 20 minutes, and then 18 minutes, because otherwise, if you train with a training plan that is intended for runners who want to break 18 minutes when your current fitness level is at 28 minutes, then you are going to run into problems, injuries, and you are going to burn out in the long term, like I said multiple times. So yeah, there's that, and you should make sure to know your limits and not overtrain yourselves, because that is only going to do more harm than good. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any more suggestions of videos, like I always say, please let me know down in the comments section below, and that'll do for this video. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.